Welcome back to Dividend Obsession, and thank you for checking out today's video. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing my buys for the month of July, which includes the total number of shares I bought, how much I spent to get those shares, and the expected dividend increase from those shares, which of my holdings paid me out in the month of July in any and all accounts where money was received, how much they paid me, and compare that to July of 2021 to check for growth. We're going to take a look at the overall portfolio, and I'm going to add any comments and point out any growth we can see there. And last but not least, we're going to do a goal checkup and look at any accomplishments since the last monthly recap video. Now let's jump right into the buys I made for July 2022. First, we're going to look at the buys that I made in my IBA, which is my retire early account. You guys can see here that I added to 10 different positions on 11 different days this month. I spent $139.52 on Apple to receive 0.915 shares at an average cost of $151.94. I spent $120.85 on AbbVie to receive 0.805 shares at an average cost of $150.21. I spent $88.17 on Illinois Toolworks to receive 0.466 shares at an average cost of $188.20. I spent $130.11 on Microsoft to receive 0.499 shares at an average cost of $259.43. I spent $101.69 on Next Era Energy to receive 1.265 shares at an average cost of $79.98. I spent $83.35 on Nvidia to receive 0.494 shares at an average cost of $167.83. I spent $138.49 on Pool Corp to receive 0.383 shares at an average cost of $363.93. I spent $101.87 on Starbucks to receive 1.253 shares at an average cost of $81.40. I spent $42.57 on Visa to receive 0.202 shares at an average cost of $210.56. And I spent $83.75 on ExxonMobil to receive 0.958 shares at an average cost of $87.37. In total, I spent $1,030.37 to receive 7.24 shares in July in my retire early account. I did not spend any money in my Roth IRA this month since all that money has already been invested and I'm already at the $6,000 cap. So next we're going to look at the purchases I made in my 401k. You guys can see here that I added the two different positions on 2 different days this month where I spent $526.31 on FIAM to receive 7.568 shares. And I spent $350.89 on FSKAX to receive 3.206 shares. In total, I spent $877.20 on 10.774 shares in July in my 401k account. Moving over to the HSA, I created one new position this month where I added to that position on 11 different days. I spent $345.31 on SCHD to receive 4.804 shares at an average cost of $72.08. In this chart, you guys will see that I was able to add a total of 22.818 shares across all of my accounts, which totals an additional $18.79 of annual dividends in my IBA, $5.07 of annual dividends in my 401k, and $11.67 of annual dividends in my HSA. In total, I added $2,252.88, which added $35.53 to my overall dividend income for all of my portfolios combined, just in the month of July. Next, we're going to go account by account, and we're going to see who paid me, when they paid me, and how much they paid me, beginning with the IBA. You guys can see here that on 7/1, I received 17 cents from Nvidia, which was dripped, getting me another 0.001 shares. And on 7/14, I received another $6.05 from Illinois Toolworks, which was dripped, getting me another 0.033 shares. Recapping the month in the IBA, we made a total of $6.22, and that is a 13.5% increase from July 2021, where I made $5.48. Next, we have the Roth IRA, and on 7/5, I received $11.85 from VOO, which was dripped, getting me another 0.034 shares. And that is my total for July. That's the only company that paid me money. So I have that $11.85, and I didn't make any money in July of 2021. So that's technically like an infinity % growth rate year over year for the Roth IRA account. So there we go. I only hold 2 positions in my 401k, and neither one of them paid dividends in July, so I received no dividends in the 401k. And the same goes for the HSA. Both the positions I hold in the HSA, neither one of them paid dividends in July, so there's nothing to go over there either. All right, and before we get to the final recap, if you guys wouldn't mind leaving a like on the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I post new dividend-related content every Monday and Friday. And lastly, don't forget to comment down below. I'd love to see how much you guys made for July and the year-over-year growth rate for your portfolio. Now let's get to those final numbers. So in total, for all accounts in the month of July, I made $18.07, which is a 228.5% increase from July of 2021, where I just made $5.50. And I thought this would be a cool little thing to add here at the end. So concluding this month, I have a total of 932.36 shares and an average of 35.86 shares versus last month where I finished with a total of 909.475 shares and an average of 36.379 shares. And comparing all of that to the end of last year when I had a total of 642.291 shares and an average of just 24.704 shares. Doing the same thing with the income, I have a current projected yearly income of $739.29, a projected monthly income of $61.61, and a projected daily income of $2.03 versus last month where I ended with projections of $702.62 per year, $58.55 per month, and $1.92 per day. And comparing all of that to where we were at the end of 2021, where I had projections of $356.30 per year, $29.69 per month, and 98 cents per day. Next, let's take a look at the goals I set for quarter 3 and if there's any updates on those goals. You guys can see here that my first goal for quarter 3 was to work towards the goal allocations in my IBA and continue to add as much money as I could to this account. So the update I have on this, as of the making of the video, I'm balanced in 10 of the 11 positions, with APD being the only position that is still overweight, and that's by $37. This will be balanced by the end of August for sure, barring any setbacks. And the second goal for quarter 3 was to speak with a professional at Fidelity to see if they have any options or tips for my goals. So I did speak with somebody on the phone at Fidelity, and they basically said that they specialize in planning, not as much as getting into the specifics of the process. They advised that my plan seems to be well thought out and will just take time. It is reassuring hearing this, but not exactly what I was hoping for out of the conversation, but what can you do? And the last thing I wanted to do is go over some news and accomplishments for quarter 3 so far. So the first thing is I maxed out the Roth IRA on 4/5/22, which I did tell you guys about in previous videos, and I was fully invested by the second week of June. The next accomplishment is I just got over 100 total shares of dividend companies in my IBA, and I did begin that new position in SCHD in the HSA, which adds some diversity and dividend income to that account, which I'm really excited about. I also just hit $2 per day for my total portfolio in dividend income, which is really, really cool. And I'm actually working on adding a 1, 5, and 10-year dividend growth rate to my portfolio tracking in the coming weeks and months, so stay tuned for that. If this growth really inspires you to get started investing, make sure you guys check out this video for my top 5 tips to save and invest more money. But until next time, see you.